All right, hey guys, Shane here. So in this video, I'll be showing you the ultimate junk removal website layout. So this is essentially a website that we've built for a client of ours. It was the website, or the concept was already there. So when we actually sold it initially, they could have seen like the entire website. I showed them what it would look like, and they were like, yeah, this looks pretty good. Especially since they are starting out and they don't really have a website right now. They don't have a brand, and they're looking to take things to the next level. So I get it a lot with, whether that's junk removal companies or other home services niches, right? We build websites for roofing companies, restoration companies, painting companies, and sometimes you get beginners. Beginners are just companies that just haven't got around to like building a website, or they're just kind of like giving up on like finding like the right guy to build them a website. So in this case, we offered to build them a website. We showed them what it would look like, and they were like, yeah, it looks great. So the only thing I needed from them was basically all of the assets, and luckily they had a ton of pictures to work with, and also their logo, because every single website that we design is branded to the logo colors of that business. So whenever we design a website, right, the first thing that we're going to have to look at is kind of like the structure. So every niche will have a slightly different structure, right? On the page of maybe a medical company, a medical let's say waste management company, or even a dental practice, the homepage might look a bit different. There are different items that they may mention, and when it comes down to it, in the core, there's some key things that you'll see across every single website when it comes to like home service businesses, but pretty much most local businesses. So it's just the wording might be a bit different, right? So first thing, you'll always have the navigation bar, right? Basically your menu, and ideally you should have the home page there. You should have services, let's see, a locations area, and then also a tab for about us, and that about us can then be subdivided into different other pages, right? So about the team, about their philosophy and whatnot. Now, for the home page, we have the navigation bar, then the hero section, the about us, and then why choose us. So you always want to kind of like tell your audience, tell whoever is visiting your website, why they should go with you versus the competitor, right? Besides the fact that if you allow us to build your website will look stunning. So that will be already reason enough to go with your company versus the other competitor. So I've spoken to businesses where literally had one on a call yesterday where he was like, yeah, this new business just started, and their entire branding, their website is on point, and it seems like it's, they're gaining attention. And this guy that I was speaking to, he has been in business longer than his new business, but his website it just looks terrible right now, and he agrees with me. These were his words, so I didn't really need to like spell it out, but yeah, he basically doesn't really have a website right now. So that's already something that, if you don't have a website, it could hurt you. But even if you have a website, if it's poorly optimized, it doesn't look good, it's also going to hurt you, because I wouldn't buy anything from a company that doesn't have like a proper brand present, that doesn't look like they're legit, right? And websites are not extremely expensive or anything like that. So pretty much anyone can get a website, right? Whether you hire us or you just get a Wix website up, or maybe some kind of like VA from wherever to create you a website. So you want a navigation bar, the hero section, about us, why choose us. You want to list out your process. So usually I like to stick with like 3 steps, a 3-step process. Otherwise, we might go as far as like 5 steps, but 3 to 4 is kind of like the sweet spot. Then you have your FAQ section. FAQ section, you can and you cannot, you might not want to have that on your homepage, but it's always good to have that on as many pages as possible. So next, your blog section, and then a footer, right? Those are like the elements you'd want to see on your website. Now, next, what I would like to do is just like pull open the website I was talking about, just again like walk you through. So we do everything on Cloudways. Cloudways is pretty good. So this is where we build out all of the sites before we deliver it to the clients. And if we are maintaining or providing hosting services to our clients, that's also where we do it. Now, as you can see here, this is the design as it is, but it's all in blue, right? Which looks really great. I love the color blue. But let's just walk through it. Just go down. As you can see, it's pretty dynamic, right? The service area, there we go, right? So looks pretty clean and everything. The only thing that we are doing right now is changing the colors and just fine tuning everything, because the websites that we deliver should be perfect. They should look really good. I usually say like they should look like they're worth $30,000 and you're getting it for almost nothing, right? When you work with us. So as you can see here, the logo, I still think that it's a bit small, and most business owners will complain about that. They will mention it and they'll say, yeah, the logo is too small. So this logo is going to be much bigger when it's done. I'll probably do another video showing the end result. And then these tabs here, of course, they don't work yet. At least on this version, we're already building out the other inner pages. Now, as you can see, you want a very captivating navigation bar with call to action. So you can see here the phone number, book online. I'm not sure if this business has like an online booking system, but otherwise this could just be book now. And then it would lead back to the contact us page. So down here we have, basically your tagline. You have a form there. So this is already telling the consumer that you're legit. This looks pretty great, and also it provides the right information, right? We do residential and commercial junk removal in Chicagoland. I'm not sure if we'll keep Chicagoland or we'll just mention Chicago. I'm not sure if it's like two different areas. But then you scroll down and right away you'd want like real images of that company. So here we have a video of the truck and then also the branding there. So every single thing we do, we want to see the branding everywhere. Now, if you've noticed, this is actually not really off that company, so their branding is a bit different. But the reason why we use this image right now is because they don't have any high quality images. Now, they will work on that. They will send us that way. So once the website has been developed, we usually maintain the website for them. And then any kind of like image that they have, they can just send our way and we'll fix that, right? So right throughout the way. So this is kind of like about the company. Then down here you have kind of like 3 reasons why they should go with this company. Down here we also have another, 100% satisfaction guarantee, locally owned, and then also another discount there. So you're just giving them more and more reasons to choose your junk removal company. And right here, very important, your review section. Now we build our review section within the website, so you don't need to use any kind of like plugins or anything like that would slow your website down. Down here we have trust badges, basically saying 5-star reviews on all of these platforms. And if you do great work, there should be no reason why you shouldn't have like 5-star all across the board on all of like your social medias, right? So and definitely, like if we're doing your SEO, we will definitely get you get you a system, or just make sure that you have like reviews on all of these platforms and that you're listed on those platforms. Now this image is going to change on the final design. It's going to be an image of their company. This looks very stock imagey. So already when I see this as a consumer, I'm like, is this a real company or not? And then as you scroll down, we have here the different services. So we just put like the main services. Eventually there will be more pages once we start getting into siloing the services, siloing the location and whatnot. You'll have more pages, but you don't want like the main services to be listed here. Then as you go down, as I mentioned, you have the process. Now the process is 1, 2, 3 step. In this case, before I think there were like a 4th one, but we condensed it down to 3 steps. I might go in later on once we're maybe like doing SEO or anything. We might go in and just optimize the text here a bit more, and then down here more reasons in order to go with your company. Now for this niche, we also want to mention the items we take. Now sometimes we'll leave it on the homepage, but other times we might just remove it to make the homepage a bit smaller, and then it would of course be in the menu somewhere, or probably visible from the top level. But then yeah, you want to just mention all of the items you take. This is great for SEO, also great for your potential customers. Now right now it's not filled in, but eventually on the final design we'll have this all listed out, and eventually they will all be separate pages targeting separate keywords. So as we scroll down, we have the businesses we work with. This is for like the commercial sector of junk removal. Then we have the FAQ, as I mentioned, and then our work. Now in the final design on the service pages, we also have like a scrolling before and after slider, so that way, you know, they can see what it was before and what it is after. So very powerful from a conversion standpoint. Next, again, we have the Yelp, Google reviews, basically telling them that this is a great company to work with. And trust me, like I've spoken with the owners, they're great guys, right? Two brothers. And I love their logo. The thing that we struggle with this website is because there isn't any color inside of the logo. What kind of like what kind of like additional or highlighted color would you go with? But I think we found like a nice midway. And then down here you want everything to just kind of like a quick link, services listed again, the business hours, and then also the contact us. Now in this section there's still the old contact us information from another company that we work with, but this will all be swapped out. And then down here the different payment methods that you accept. So this is basically like your homepage design. You know, you can go pretty crazy depending on like, you know, how you design that homepage. So we have other websites where it looks completely different, and each website, we could probably do this, a similar website like this for other junk removal companies, but each website will look or feel slightly different, and just unique and well fitted to your brand. And yeah, so that's it. Just wanted to kind of like walk you through like the process that we go through, and just basically all the things that we have on the homepage when we're designing the homepage. And yeah, this is kind of like a list of everything. Now for each niche or each sector or industry, there might be slightly different things, in which case we'll have to like, you know, that would actually flow out of the research that we do initially. All right, if you have any questions about this, or see my laptop is about to die. So yeah, if you have any questions about this, just reach out. I'm happy to help you. If you have any kind of like website project that you'd like us to work on, or you know, SEO, because we do web design and SEO, just reach out and I'm happy to have a look at your website and kind of like, you know, tell you what's possible and kind of show you what we do different than, you know, other companies out there. All right, cheers.